Oh, wow, where do I start? My journey started, how long ago was the first workshop? 4 or 5 years ago? 5. I happened to run into Marcelle about 10 days before their very first workshop. And I asked her what she had done during the Christmas holidays, how her holidays had been. And she said, we were so busy getting ready for this workshop. And I said, what workshop? What are you talking about? And then she told me that I would be finding all about my passions and I would find my vision in life and what I was meant to do. And I thought, I was at a point in my life where life was kind of blah. It was okay, but it was blah. And I said, I'm in. When is it? Where is it? And I showed up. That was the turning point in my life. I just went to the workshop. I remembered that I was meant to be around horses because as a little girl, if someone asked me, what is it that you want to do when you grow up? I would say, well, can't you tell? I'm going to own a ranch. Like I was 5 years old and I knew I was going to own a ranch. But then life comes in, it gets in your way. Went to school, realized I wasn't born rich. There was no way in hell I was going to ever have a ranch. So I forgot about it all. And then it all came back at the workshop. Well, 3 years later, or should I say 2.5 years later, I owned my own horse. I still own him. It's 2 years later now, and I love him to death. He's the best horse for me. I tried to purchase 2 before that one, but it wasn't meant to be. I've learned to let go. I've learned to just send out what it is I want and let it happen, and it so does. Almost 2 years ago, my 28-year relationship with my husband came to an end. I got a little devastated, and then I decided I didn't want another man in my life until I felt whole again. So I worked on myself and I became whole, and then I met this wonderful man. First boyfriend I tried, and here we are 10 months later and we're still together. We bought a house, and who knows where this will take us, but you know what, one day at a time, just let it go. I lost my job last January, and again, it was, oh well, you know, it was meant to be. I was ready for a change. I got a decent severance package that allowed me to take some time off and do some more healing. And actually this week, a job landed on my lap, literally. I wasn't looking, my CV wasn't even completed when I got the call, and I put it together pretty quick and went for the interview, and here I am. I'm starting a new job tomorrow, and it's the job that I will know better this week, but it's a job that I wanted. It's the job that I've been writing about that I wanted to get as my next job. So thank you. The mirror is the technique that I use the most. Of all your techniques, I use a bunch of your techniques. I listen to your CDs and I manifest through that as well. I clean a lot of stuff through your CDs, but the mirror is what seems to work best for me. And in April, my ex-husband and I started going through finalizing the divorce. And coming back from the courthouse, I got home, and I was having a nice romantic dinner with my boyfriend, and all of a sudden the tears started coming down. And I could not figure out why. I thought, what is this? I don't want to be married to this other man anymore. I'm happy with this new man. Why am I crying? I wasn't sad, but the tears just kept coming down. And I thought, oh my God, what must he be thinking? He must be thinking I still want to be with my ex-husband, but I don't. And the next day I thought, I got to figure that out. And I took my mirror out, and what came out was that for me, marriage was a lifetime commitment. It was you get married for better or worse till death do us part. And now the death do us part wasn't happening anymore, because to me death do us part was when one of us dies, but he's still alive, I'm still alive, and I had failed one of my fundamental values, because for me it's a very important value to marry someone and work on your relationship for life. And I wanted to keep working on the relationship, but he didn't, so it came to an end. But that freed me. For me to do that exercise with the mirror freed me, and I did not feel like, oh, I failed. I knew I had worked a lot, and I knew that I thought I failed my marriage. But I didn't realize that it was so part of a fundamental value that it was still kind of hurting me. And yeah, that freed me. And I've used that for so many things. Every time something bothers me, if I can't figure out how to do the punching, because for me the punching is not as natural, if I can figure out, okay, this is what I gotta punch, then I can use the punching. But if I can't figure that out, I pick up my mirror, because my mirror is faithful to me. It always reveals something. It always does something for me, and I always get ahead. And it's also, at first it used to take me like 45 minutes to an hour and a half to get to the bottom of something. But now, sometimes I pick up the mirror, within minutes I'm done. Sometimes it still takes me long, it depends on what I have to clean, but sometimes within minutes, I swear. Like I'll write, 3-4 Ys and it's like, oh, that's what it was. And it's gone. It's an awesome tool. Thank you.